for taking time out with PSOA. Sean Johnston here, bringing us college baseball umpire training tape number 1. This year I'll be supervising the GPAC, North Star, and ICC-AC conferences, and these training tapes are made for umpires, coaches, and players to get a better understanding of what the rules are, why the rules are what they are, what the mechanics are, and why the mechanics are what they are. In this week's training tape, I used games played this previous week in these conferences. First one came from a coach. The question was, Sean, we've been playing down south during the first 3 weeks of the season, and umpires have been allowing us to wear a compression sleeve on our throwing ham for medical reasons. Then we come back north, and the same pitcher goes out there and says that he cannot wear the compression sleeve. What's the rule? And the rule is a pitcher can wear a compression sleeve. If worn by a pitcher, the pitcher must cover the compression sleeve with an undershirt or wear compression sleeves on both arms that are same color and same length. So umpires, this is do the work before the game starts. If the pitcher's warming up in the bullpen and you see it, talk to the coach. As that pitcher is warming up with the unlimited throws during the first 150 seconds, communicate and get that pitcher legal, because that's the only penalty for it. We got to get players legal if wearing illegal equipment. But we see this pitcher here. This is illegal because compression sleeve is only on one arm. Compression sleeves can be worn as so long as they're covered up or they're same color, same length on both arms. This was an observation done by myself while watching a game live stream. Personnel in dugouts. New this year, just a reminder, it has to have covering at least 3 feet off the ground. Umpires, if you get to a field and the dugout does not have a fence protecting the players, please let me know. That is required this year. And all players and team personnel, so athletic trainers, assistant coaches, they must be in the team's dugout area. We may see some dugouts that just are not big enough to hold a full college team. That's all right. What the school can do, it cannot be near home plate, but on the back side of the dugout, they can chalk or spray white line and extend the dugout away from home plate. But we cannot allow players and coaches to be outside the dugout on the front side part of home plate. Base umpires, you will have the best look at this. Home plate umpire has their back to it. Communicate with either the third base coach or first base coach and ask them to help you to get the players in. They will help you. This is a safety concern. Coaches, help umpires with this. Remind your players, all equipment, team personnel in the dugout. The only ones allowed out are coaches in the coach's box, on-deck hitter, batter, base runners. Everybody else inside the dugout throughout live ball game. Now we're going to get into some plays while observing. So getting the call right, Appendix E 1D, pulled foot swipe tag. All right, so this is not getting the call right where the non-calling umpire is going to give information automatically. This is the next section. Pulled foot swipe tag. Calling umpire does not have to seek help. Non-calling umpire, wait until you are asked for help. A signal I do is I hold my ground as a home plate umpire. If I'm holding my ground, I am stating I have information for my partner. Does not mean my partner has to come to me. But also, if I turn around and run back home, I now 100% agree with my partner. There is no information I have to give my partner because what he called is what I saw as well. So therefore, no reason to seek help. If the calling official seeks help, non-calling umpire, give the information, allow the calling umpire to make the final decision. Make sure you talk as a crew. Everyone's on the same page of what is going to be said to one or both coaches. So if both coaches ask both umpires, same information is given. Now let's take a look at a play. We have a ground ball back to the pitcher. Catcher fields it, and as that first baseman reaches for that ball at first base, he pushes off first base. All right. I will say this, as an umpire, almost all the time when the first baseman pushes off first base to catch the ball, the foot remains on the base when that ball enters the glove. All right, so we have the home plate umpire leaving his position, and this is the signal we want as a home plate umpire. Since we're not holding our ground, we are leaving our position. We are now telling our partner, I have the same exact call as you. So this base umpire doesn't have to seek help. Now, if this home plate umpire held his ground, that's that signal of, maybe I should seek help. This was correctly ruled. Foot was on the bag on that push off. All right. Now we need to take it to the next level. So this is a 4 excellent call. Now let's make it superlative. He's on, he's on, he's on, he's out. All right. Help sell that call because it's an unusual and different play. Last small note, home plate umpires checking the ball because it was off the end of the bat. We're checking to make sure it's not dented and or a cut in it. So great umpiring there, just a little bit more to get to that superlative level. Next play we're going to watch is a rotation to third base. All right, so we have the diagram up here. When there's a runner on first base and there's a clean base hit to the outfield, or runners on first and second, less than 2 out, and that runner at second is going to tag up and advance to third base. There's 2 steps here. Home plate umpire, move towards third base and voice, I got third if they come. What's they? Runner and ball. Then, if they, the ball and runner, do not come, voice to your partner, I'm going home, or I'm staying home. Now let's take a look at a play of a good hustle by the home plate umpire with rotation, but an example of over hustle and not needing that rotation. So we have a runner on first base, fly ball to right field, and that home plate umpire immediately starts sprinting towards third base. We don't need to immediately sprint towards third base. See now how that umpire had to sprint back? We want to be ahead of the runner in 2-person mechanics on this type of play. So on this one, once that ball's hit, I got third if they come. And we're moving towards, not sprinting towards. Now, once that ball is down, at this point, we should be able to read that it's going to be a clear 2-base advancement of R1 to R3. Since it's a clear advancement to R3, the ball is not going to be thrown to third base. This is when we need to start working back towards home. I'm staying home. I'm going home. We are now communicating to our base umpire. He has all 3 bases, and we want to be at home plate well before this runner. So not in the proximity when that runner is getting there. The importance of that is if that catcher is illegal, we're communicating to that catcher in front of the plate, And our eyes are set, and we can now make an adjustment step or movement to our right for a swipe tag or to our left for a collision play. All right, so great job recognizing the rotation, but umpires, don't over-rotate. Only rotate if they, the ball and runner, come at the same time. Then you're going to rotate. And if we do rotate, notice, plate umpire, you're on the inside fair territory at the grass cutout. The reason you're there, if there's an overthrow, you now are in a great position to remain in fair territory and come back to the front part of home plate. If you take it on the outside, one, you could get hit by the ball. Two, you can't watch the ball on the overthrow. And three, if you stay on the outside, you could get hit by the thrown ball. So I got third if they come. They come inside fair territory, grass cutout, overthrow, open up, chest to baseball, see the overthrow, coming back towards home in fair territory. You don't get in the way, you can see the overthrow, and you are now in optimal position for the next play at home. The next play we're going to take a look at, no runners on base, fly ball down the right field line with the right fielder going towards the fair foul line and home run to officiate the trouble ball. The base umpire is going to do a phenomenal job of going out to rule on fair foul, catch no catch, home run, ground rule double. And then the home plate umpire, you're going to see, is going to do a phenomenal job following the runner, seeing the touch at first, and there's going to be a play at second. On this play, base umpire, remember, home plate umpire has a runner to first, second, and third. It's not three-person where we go out, stay out. It's two-person. We go out, rule on the initial play, and hustle back home. Let's take a look at the video. Fly ball down the right field line. U1 is out. Ball is down. Home plate umpire saw the touch at first. Gets all the way out to second base to rule on the safe out call. Then, after that play is over, time. Whenever umpires have to turn their back to the ball after the play, call time. So we're going to watch it one more time. Fly ball down the right field line. Not only is it catch, no catch, fair foul problem, trouble, U1 properly goes out. Home plate umpire properly sees the touch at first, and continues to hustle to get the play at second, turns his back, time. This is a superlative example of mobility, mechanics, crew management. Great job by these umpires. Next play, we're going to take a look at fly balls on the infield or line drives. There's a lot of arrows. Pretty much, if that fielder is coming towards you as an umpire, you have the initial catch, no catch call. Remember, catches in the infield are not reviewable, and we cannot change them unless there was two outs. Foul balls, yes. Fly balls to the outfield, yes. Infield, we must get these correct right away. What we're going to see here is chest to baseball. Yes, base umpires, we have touches at first, we have touches at second base, but we must get chest to baseball. I call it the baggage claim. Every single time that ball is batted, anticipate an error. So in this case, it's going to be a high fly ball in the infield, and you're going to see routine can of corn. Windy day, turns into a trouble ball. All right, so yes, base umpires see the touch, but we have to get eyes on the catch. And if it's at the same time, a catch, no catch is way more important than a touch at first base. Now let's take a look at the play and sort of a game management, how we would handle it as a crew, even if we don't make a call. Because remember, we can't change catch, no catch to catch in the infield unless there's two outs. Beautiful sunny day. High fly ball, can of corn in the infield. And all of a sudden, looks like the second baseman was going to catch it clean. Shortstop comes across to catch it. Now we have two umpires looking at this, or one umpire looking at this catch, but this very quickly turns into the base umpire's best look. That shortstop glove is now right going towards that base umpire. So base umpire, yes, you want to see the touch, but don't focus on the touch. We want to focus on the catch, no catch, and then see momentarily the touch. So now, if we're on a game, remember as umpires, it is nothing until we call it something. Let's say this ball went as low as the ground and the player falls to the ground. And now we are judging, did he have control? Did it hit the ground before controlling the glove? Make eye contact with each other. It's nothing until we call it something. This would have been the base umpire's call if it was that crazy play near the ground. And then go to your chest. I got it. I got it. I got it. Out. Now that is the initial call. But the main learning point here on this video, expect every batted ball, especially in the air, to be dropped. And we want to have optimal opportunity to get those trouble balls even at the last second, correct? Chest to baseball, 2 umpires umpiring this catch, no catch. This brings us to our last play. And this play is actually from California. One of our umpires on staff has a son playing, and he asked a question, is this obstruction or is this legal? And whenever I get a question from an umpire, I specifically ask back, take a look at this rule, then answer your own question. If you don't still understand what the answer is, now let's have a conversation. So collision play at home, 8-7C, page 91. It's obstruction. The catcher cannot block the plate without possession of the ball. That's where most umpires stop reading that rule. But we have to continue reading to the middle of that page. Notwithstanding the catcher blocking the plate without the ball, it shall not be a violation if the catcher blocks the pathway of the runner in a legitimate attempt to field a throw that arrives at the position of the catcher at the same time as the runner. And there's 3 examples of what plays can happen where that catcher comes up and gets into the pathway of the runner. Not that he's blocking home plate. He's not on the ground. His shin guard's not blocking home plate. It's just the reaction of the play that forces the catcher into that position. And the play we're going to take a look at today is reaction to a throw that originates from the pitcher or drawn in infielder. In this case, it's going to be the pitcher. Now this play is going to happen fast, but we have a runner at third and a bunt attempt. This play is going to happen quick here. We have a runner on third base and a bunt play. This is a perfect example of a play originated by a pitcher. Does this catcher block home plate with his shin guard, with his body, without possession of the ball? No. Does this catcher get in the pathway of the runner? Yes. But if it's a play that's originated by the pitcher or an infielder drawn in, the catcher can be there. Now, once again, he can't just lay in front of home plate, all right? But he could get up in front of home plate, get in position to field the batted ball to tag that runner out. Going to take it to the next level here. If a coach comes out and asks for help, what could we ask for help here? Umpire calls safe. We as a crew can get together, and here's what I would ask the home plate umpire. Why did you call him safe? If that home plate umpire says, I have the runner touching home plate prior to the tag, great. We got nothing to change. We can't change it without review. But if my home plate umpire says, I have obstruction, I have the catcher blocking home plate without possession of the ball, out. That's now where I could say, all right, let's talk about this rule. Was it a play originated by the pitcher? Yes. Did the ball and catcher and runner approximately at the same time get to home plate? Yes. So by rule, this is not obstruction. If we have a misapplication of a rule, the calling umpire can change his call as so long as his judgment still is he had the tag prior to that runner touching home plate. As a crew, if we have a potential misapplication of a rule, let's talk. If we change the call, we have to be prepared to tell the coaches why we changed it. This is the rule I originally applied after consultation as a crew. This is the actual rule. So now we're just going to go to the judgment of tag versus touch of home plate. We can change this from obstruction to a legal play, tag out at home prior to the runner touching home plate. Thank you for taking time out with PSOA to watch college training tape number 1. We're going to continue to find anywhere from 4 to 6 plays every single week from the GPAC, from the North Star, from the ICC AC Conference to help umpires, players, and coaches understand the college rules and mechanics at a great level for everybody's success this year and many years in the future. Umpires, remember, you're only as good as your last call.